I'm going to begin showing you the order entry ribbons that are used most frequently here up on the top. I'm going to start with adding items. This is usually when you have an order, you have all your part numbers and you just have to enter your order. There are 3 ways of entering your part numbers. Search item is one. This is just entering your part numbers as you get them one by one. You can press enter, or you can press the search option there and keep adding as many as you like this way. You can also add quantities. In this area. That's one way of doing it. If you want to keep them in a specific order, because they tend to flip-flop when you are adding them individually in that way, if you need them to be in sequence, you can put a comma and add all your part numbers this way, and it will keep them in sequence. We can also use import, add, cut, and paste. This is usually done for large lists of part numbers. Some distributors use this for a stock order when you can have 50 to 100 items, even more than that. You can add them individually. You can add a comma, quantity, or you could just leave it as is. That'll work as well. And add your quantities on the next page. Then you press your add items. Change your quantities. It does keep them in the same sequence. If you get a little error message, invalid attribute, usually means that maybe there was a space that shouldn't have been there, that could have been erased. And that's one thing you want to do, is make sure you erase any spaces if you're adding them from an Excel sheet. Add to the current cart. Then as you see, this is your ribbon. You'll see that you have 2 items in your cart. Then you go to your cart. And here's where you'll get a lot of useful information. Your part number, description, your quantities. Both of these are available. Anytime you see a number by availability, you know that we have it in stock. If it was not, you would see back order, BO column right in here, and tell you how many we had in stock. If we put 12 and there was only 6 in stock, the back ordered item would be 6 and then 6. And then to figure out what your lead times are, you would click details. So if you had 6 that were back ordered, those 6 have a lead time of 7 business days. And then you could back out. Next one, check the lead time on that, also has 7 business days. And we're done. Now with this, we can add to our order everything that we want to order. Also, if you chose to delete any items, you could just click on the item you want to delete, press your delete button. There's also some more information. You could show information. If it had any added issues or notes, they would appear clicking on show information. Also, there's other options of how you want to pretty much customize your screen on what you can see, what you don't want to see. And now we would go to order all. You want to look at the drop down to see your options. So If this was a stock order and you know your minimums, you would choose stock. This is if you're shipping to your own bill to. Customer stock would be if you're shipping to a customer or end user. You get a different discount for that. Standard discount, that's what this order is. And if they wanted it emergency, it would be the same discount as standard. You would not get a discounted price on an emergency order. So for now, this is a standard order. We're going to submit that. Okay, and here you see ship to information. If you were not shipping to the ship to that's posted, you could do one of two things. You could put an zip code to find out if you have any, if that's the zip code of your ship to, that means you'd have to create a ship to, put the billing address, city, state, postal code, phone number. All of that would have to be filled in. You would not be able to do PO number. It would error out and not let the order proceed if you submitted it. For now, I'm just going to search. It's going to show me every open address. And we'll just put up PO. I'm going to put test as a PO. Here you would put your contact name, information, telephone number, email, and get an email acknowledgement or confirmation. Now, as far as your carriers, we would normally use Best Way. This is where you want to choose what carrier. If you have a preference, you can choose FedEx or UPS, and this is for your surface options. Normally we use just Best Way as standard if it is not specified on an order. And you could choose prepaid and add, which we would bill. Surface Collect, if you have your own account number that you would like to use, we would use Surface Collect. And then you can add an account number. And it would be built to your account number. If you're not sure how much it weighs, and if it's over 100 pounds, it might not be able to go air. Or if it has to be palletized, it might have to go LTL. So you want to have an LTL option if you are unsure of the weight. And you could either use prepaid and add, or collect, or any of the following. You would have your part number, the description. If you had a discount, you would see that on your net pricing. The quantities, this is where you would just see all the information. You can also use these drop downs and you get your weights. Can only do one at a time, but there are your weights. And any comments. If none of these options for parcel or freight work for you, and you have very specific carrier you would like to use, you can always put to be advised, special instructions, and then leave a detailed freight carrier account number. If you want it prepaid and add, you can also specify here, but it won't go anywhere if that is not specified. we would just get delays, and the traffic department would call or email you for all the information needed. But normally we would just need the carrier and how you want it shipped, prepaid and add, collect, all that information. If you needed more for a truck and you needed a forklift, a lift of some sort to help unload, this is where you would want to put those comments. Okay, and then you would just confirm your order. I'm just using that so I can cancel this later. And we can submit. Now, when we submit, it's going to give you any warnings, any issues that they're having with the order. If it's a duplicate, you would see it here. If it had a PO box, it would warn you and not go through. And as you see here, it says PO number field is not acceptable. Now, what that means is usually it's because it is lowercase. It does not like lowercase, and it will have you change it. Usually just in these fields, email is okay. And then we can submit, and it should go through. And that is our basic order. If you have any questions, feel free to call our order entry department, and we will always be glad to help you.